everybody. Good morning, Jamie.
Good morning. It's Monday.
It's Monday. It's going to be a rainy week, but we are here to bring you laughter and smiles.
Joy.
For at least an hour today to start off your week.
That's
so
right.
I think it's going to be fun.
Yeah, that hurricane's coming through.
I don't know if it's going to really affect it. I think we're going to get a lot of rain.
Yeah.
Here in Virginia.
I like a good rainstorm.
Not for a week.
Well, I like a good rain. Netflix day. You catch up on season 2 of You. You know what I mean? Like one of those weeks.
I mean, a lot of Netflix and chill, I think.
Right, Netflix and chill.
And we're going to have a great show today.
I know.
Dr. Webb's going to be on.
Yes.
She wrote an amazing book. We're going to talk about that.
Yes.
We have so many questions about COVID. I have so many questions about her life. My 12-year-old, almost 13-year-old, wants to be a doctor and wants to run an ED before she might decide, she said, to go run some infectious disease something.
Yeah.
So my 13-year-old gave me a lot of questions to ask Dr. Webb. Hopefully she could be a little helpful.
There could not be a more perfect person to answer those questions. She is just wonderful.
I think. And then we have Feast,
Local
Feast.
Yes.
One of my
Erin.
all-time favorite places. She dropped off a whole bunch of goodies for us to test for our product segment.
I know. She's coming.
Then we have Women in the News. Nothing serious for the news, but a lot of funny women stuff for the news.
Yes.
And then we'll end the show, of course, with whatever you have that's going to make me laugh and everybody laugh for a rainy Monday morning.
I'm on it. I got you covered, girl.
Okay, I can't wait.
All right.
And I haven't seen anything. So I'm going to laugh with you.
I know. Yeah.
It'll be funny.
I got it. I got it all on this paper. So don't read below the bottom.
Okay, I won't read
you have
anything.
okay, good.
I don't even read anything you give me anyway, Jamie.
Great.
I like that you print it off for me, but I never.
I'm very prepared.
I appreciate that. That's kind of like your role here.
That's right.
Because I'm not organized. And surprisingly enough, I'm surprised you are.
I know. I'm really the least organized person out of everyone, so I'm shocked that I even printed it. I'm surprised I even had ink in the printer. Anyway.
Well, hey, guys, we're going to get ready to have Dr. Webb on. Like and share the show.
Yes.
Jerry's favorite thing to say, like and share, share. Hammer that like button.
And I want to give a shout out to one of our sponsors today, Panera Bread, for hooking me up, with this awesome coffee this morning, in the drive-thru. Nice as can be, Panera, Pikasso, Swig, Denise, Ramey. Thank you for sponsoring.
Yeah, go to her website, guys. She has some great new listings. We're going to have her on the show at some point soon.
She's great.
But check it out. She has some great new listings that, you could be interested in.
I know.
So should we get...
Are you ready?
Yes, I'm so excited for Dr. Webb.
I know. She's one of my favorite people on there, so we're going to call her.
Okay.
We'll chat with her.
Don't scream.
I get excited. You know how excited I get.
I know, but you tend to scream and then it's going to blow out my eardrums. Okay. I appreciate your enthusiasm, Jamie. Very much.
I will not scream.
Oh.
There she is. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Good. I love your glasses.
Thank you.
Dr. Webb, I feel like we both might have a love of crazy glasses.
Do we? Are these crazy?
I wish you could see Kelly. So Kelly's wearing these blue glasses. They look just like yours, but in blue.
I love it. That's my daughter's favorite color.
Same.
So,
thank you so much for being on with us today. You know that I love you. Love.
Jamie has not been stopped talking about you for the last 3 weeks, so I'm so excited to finally get to meet you.
That's very sweet.
Well, I see her all the time, and I run out, and I'm like, yeah! And because I'm a huge fan of, obviously, you and your family. Your kids are 2 of my favorite kiddos in the entire world, so, yes.
That's funny. My kids love you, as do I, and we met. And they instantly were drawn to. I was drawn to Pikasso, Swig because I can't really do art. I also don't like how messy my home becomes when Avery spreads out and Linux, and it's just a lot. And so I've learned over the years that when I have weak spots, to find other people who can fill those in for me. So when Pikasso Swig came nearby, I was like, ah. So I took my kids there, and I would just relax, and Jamie would totally take over, and it was art heaven. So
you can drop them off to me anytime. I'm officially volunteering to babysit anytime. I love them.
Yes.
Kelly, you have to meet her kids. They're the best. And Avery speaking Spanish, they're my favorite.
Oh, I love it. Well, I do the same thing, Dr. Webb. I'm my kids are driving me crazy. I called Jamie on the phone. I'm like, Jamie, create some crazy, messy craft that I won't let them do at my house, and I'm bringing them to you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I love it.
It's perfect. Yeah. It's perfect.
Well, thanks again for being on.
Yes.
We have so many questions. I cannot tell you how many messages that I received from when we posted of people like so excited to have you on, to see you. It was our post about you coming on had the most shares of anybody we have ever had on the show.
Ooh.
You are so popular. So let's get started, if you don't mind, let's get started with like some questions. And first, will you tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, how did you get there, how did you become this amazing lady that you are?
Oh, that's very kind of you. Thank you both for having me on the show. I appreciate it. So I was born in a really small town, like a 3-stoplight town, I think it was at the time, Appomattox, Virginia, which has now become more or less like in the news. It's the beginning of the end of the Civil War, and people who are interested in Civil War history, the monuments, the statues, and all that is sort of coming to light again. But that's what put us on the map. I didn't really have any modeling for becoming a physician, so I didn't know that I wanted to be a physician when I grew up, but I did know that I loved science. Like, I loved science. And my dad would look at me and say, you're going to be my little doctor. You're going to be my little science. I'd be like, I'm not going to be a doctor, a dad. Like, come on. I just like this science kid. But then, I think I don't give him enough credit because I think he did plant the seed. When I was in high school, I played 3 sports. 2 were track, indoor and outdoor, but we'll count them as 2. So I played 3 sports, and I had some exposure to the personal trainers, and unfortunately I had a couple injuries. And so when I came to school at UVA, when I finally graduated, I came like an hour and a half up the road or something like that, and I was like, okay, it's just far enough that my parents have to call. They actually have to call before they show up. So I ended up going to UVA and majoring in sports medicine, but the prerequisite requirements for sports medicine and for pre-med were the same, essentially, for me to get into that program. And after being an athletic trainer at UVA, a student athletic trainer, I decided to switch because I was like, I really want to work with sick people. I was like sitting at track practice one day, like hoping someone had an injury, and I was like, this is so wrong on so many different levels. I want sick people to come to me and for me being able to treat them. And so I went into medical school, and that was an easy transition because, again, I was already taking the classes, the pre-med classes, to get into my major of sports medicine, which you have to apply to at UVA. So then I went straight into med school, and that wasn't a hard thing. I was studying a lot in undergrad, or it was a hard thing. I was studying a lot in undergrad, but I went straight through, finished 4 years in med school, and then the rest is like a whirlwind story. I chose emergency medicine, went to University of Chicago for my training, saw a lot of trauma there, worked at a few hospitals in that area, and then because I'm also married to a physician who's in training, we moved to North Carolina, and then we moved to New York City, stayed there for 3 years. That was wonderful. And then Baltimore for a year before landing back in Charlottesville. So it was sort of like a full circle back to Charlottesville. They say the roads to Charlottesville are paved in glue, and I honestly like that. Because now that we're back, I'm like, I don't think we're leaving. Like, we're not going anywhere.
We hope you don't ever go anywhere. Are you kidding me? You're never allowed to go.
Really no, and you're so popular. You're already getting people. It's been
really great.
It's people saying hi. F.A. Jones says, hey, Leigh-Ann Webb. Marie Morgan Milton says, so proud of you, Leigh-Ann.
Oh.
They're flooding in.
So these are people from my hometown.
Oh, yay!
Yeah. Well, hello, all friends of Dr. Webb at the hometown.
Everyone loves you. I knew, like, everyone's comment. You have to see all these comments coming through. Like, everyone's like, go, girl, Leigh-Ann's my favorite. I'm like, of course she is. Of course she is.
It's so funny because when I graduated, I used to work at the Subway in my hometown, and I was like the best, well, I thought I was the best sandwich artiste ever, and loved the owners, and I worked there for a while. So when I graduated from med school, which I hadn't worked there probably in 8 years maybe, they put like, congratulations, Dr. Leigh-Ann Webb on the Subway sign. Like,
no way.
And you're like driving by, and it was like one of my proudest moments. I was like, I made the Subway sign. It was great.
Oh, that's such a great story.
Yeah, I love that. Guess who just joined the show watching you?
Who?
Former Charlottesville City Manager, Mike Murphy. Hello, Mike.
Oh,
Thanks
hi,
for
Mike Murphy.
Joining to watch Dr. Webb. I hope you think she's as amazing as we do.
Of course.
Okay, so
many questions.
I know. So we got to keep moving because we got to keep going. So Jamie introduced me to you because you wrote this amazing children's book.
Yes, I have it.
We have one too. It is the cutest.
Of course.
book.
I gave Jamie some. Yeah, I dropped some off to Jamie. Oh, but Jamie, do you have this one?
I know, the one in Spanish. I love this. So tell us about the book.
Right.
So how did it get started? How did the idea come about? And then how did it get published?
So I work a lot in the community on community service activities, community outreach, and so on and so forth, mostly from like a health provider standpoint. And I worked with my colleague at UVA. She's an anesthesiologist. Her name is Dr. Ebony Jade Hilton, who you guys also may have seen on social media.
Love her.
And my sister-in-law, Ashley Corinne Webb. Now, Ashley is a 2020 Ezra Jack Keats award-winning illustrator. She happened to be furloughed, so I called Ashley, and there's a member in our community, a community member. I called him up, and I called Ebony Hilton, and I was like, we need to do something. It was about COVID-19, and we were all in such a like desperate place to find something that was impactful and helpful. So what we actually came up with was like an informational. It's called Staying Alive. Is a flyer, an initiative that had sort of a checklist on things that you can do to prepare for coronavirus, like before you even get it, things you can do to prevent coronavirus, and things that you can look at the signs and symptoms of coronavirus as well. And it's sort of customizable, and it had like phone numbers you could place, all this stuff, so that if the crisis hit, you would have this like informational resource available. So we did that, and we printed out thousands of copies, and nonprofits in the area passed them out to community members in that way. And then some people got it door to door through neighborhood housing associations. So we worked on this project, and it felt so great to do that. And we got such positive feedback, and Ashley did a great job designing that.
Amazing.
Yeah, she did an amazing job. She's great. And then Dr. Hilton came to us and was like, hey, Emory Global Health Institute is having a COVID-19 children's book competition. And so we decided to do it, and it was a design sprint. I think we found out about it 10 days before the deadline. And so it was really a design sprint. And I'll say that, honestly, like people give Ebony and I, Dr. Hilton and I, a lot of credit for it. Like, have you seen the art in this book?
It is the cutest.
It is the
Ashley Corinne Webb did the art in this book, and she honestly did an amazing job. And I wouldn't expect anything less. Like, she has won tons of accolades, but she did such an amazing job. And for me, it was really like a moment where I know it's so good. It was really a moment where I realized the power of art in messaging and communication, because there have been a lot of children, families, even adults who are like, I learned something from the book.
Yes.
Now, we had a conversation, Cameron and I, my husband Cameron and I, we had a conversation months ago where we were like, I think the book might be ending its, relevant cycle, because it has like this, like, and we will all stay home, but now, like, page in it, on page, I don't know what page, I don't have page numbers in this one, but we are still doing that thing.
Absolutely.
Months later, unfortunately. So the book is still very relevant. But really, it's a community outreach effort.
And
we had an anonymous donor donate $25,000 to have the book printed for free, and thousands of copies have been given. At this point, I think 12,000 copies in our community, and then we've had other nonprofits reach out to us and say, like, hey, I want to, buy this book. So we're not making a profit off of the book.
I have chills as I hear you speak, because like, not only do I love you so much, like this makes me love you so much more. The art is absolutely gorgeous. So guys, they produced these and handed these out to the community for free.
That's amazing.
In English and in Spanish.
My 6-year-old loves it. We've read it probably like 15 times in the last week.
It's beautifully written, and I feel like it's even going to be like, when this is all is over, it's going to be a timepiece, I think, to be able to look back. I mean, I think it's so beautiful. Like, I'm so proud of you. It's incredible.
And it makes COVID and having to wear a mask and all the processes that, like washing hands and all these things, I think a lot less scary for children, because they don't really understand a pandemic.
Right.
They know that, like, we can't go to all the places that we love. We now have to wear this crazy mask. Why are you yelling at me to, like, wash my hands and not touch my face all the time? It's, like, very confusing.
Right.
It is, yeah. It's cool. I like the back of the book has, like, a worksheet-like quality to it. So they get to talk about how they feel today, because we know, like, every day is different, moment to moment, and then how to create an I get to list. So little Parker is the person who's the teacher in the book says I get to wear my Halloween costume all day. So they can make lists like that and things and try to be healthy and optimistic and safe during this pandemic.
Right. On that
we're all trying to do.
Let's go to some questions that some people send in. And the only reason I bring it up now before we move on is because it's about children and COVID.
Okay.
So you are in the ED.
Yes.
So I'm sure you see a lot of COVID things, patients, procedures happening, right?
Yes, I see adults and pediatrics in the ED, and we do take care of COVID patients at UVA.
Excuse me. So is it full? Is UVA full with COVID patients? Is there room? How are we doing kind of on that front? And are you seeing any children?
Yes, for sure. So, kids can get COVID-19. We're seeing that in the emergency department. Typically they don't get as sick as adults do with COVID-19, but they can still get COVID-19. And there are cases around the country where children have passed away from COVID-19. So we're seeing them in kids. We are also seeing an uptick in our area in adults as well. When you say, is UVA full? No, so UVA actually had we had time, right, in our community. Sure. We had time to look at California and Washington and New York City and learn lessons. And actually, our community came together really, really well to help us innovate, right? And so the entrepreneurs in the community, everyone was trying to innovate surrounding PPE, getting us hand sanitizer, getting us the things that we need to take care of COVID patients. But our hospital in particular also opened a special unit called the Special Pathogens Unit, or the SPU as we call it, for COVID patients. And that unit is not full right now, and we hope to never see it full. But they did a really good job sort of responding to that. And so we do have some capacity in terms of volume, but we are seeing an uptick in COVID cases for sure.
Good. And another question that has come through, there are so many signs and symptoms of COVID, right? The list seems to be growing. The question coming in from last night was, is taking your temperature a really good indicator if you have COVID or not, because there's so many signs and symptoms?
Great question.
There's not a good answer to that question, and probably many of the ones that you will ask me. So, less than 60% of people have a fever with COVID-19. And so that's the really tricky thing about this virus, is that there's a spectrum from, asymptomatic, meaning you show zero symptoms, but you still have the virus, you have COVID-19, and you can still, spew the virus into your environment and leave it on surfaces, and, other people can inhale it, from you. So you're infectious, but don't have any symptoms. That's on one end of the spectrum. And on the other end of the spectrum, we have people dying, and then there's very little that we can do about it from a health provider perspective. We're doing the best we can. And so there's a lot of gray zone in the middle, and there are a lot of different symptoms of COVID-19, and that's what makes this so tricky for both providers and for people who are wanting to stay safe at home.
Right. Did you feel like, the Charlottesville schools, public schools, made a really good decision by going virtual for their students and teachers?
I think we're not monoliths, and so I think that decision was really good for some people. I like that decision because I have the resources to, arrange things for my kids so that they can continue to have virtual school. But there are some people, particularly people of lower socioeconomic status, essential workers. You think about a single mom, you're making these decisions, but people are having a hard time right now choosing between whether or not they go to work or lose their job or keep their kids safe at home. Those are the difficult decisions and conversations that a lot of people are having because school is going to start virtual for most people, including my kids. So yes, I will say that it was the right choice for us. I think from a health standpoint, if you completely simplify things from a health standpoint, it was the right decision for most people. But I think it becomes much more complicated when you talk about sort of the economics of it and the things that make some people and patients more vulnerable than others. I'm actually reading a book right now called The Homeschool Alternative. incorporating a homeschool mindset for the benefit of Black children in America, which is very specific to my family. But I consider myself a lifelong learner, hence the 3 degrees from UVA.
You rock it, girl.
My money. They have all my money. Yeah. I'm never getting another degree. But so this is like, I'm just trying to figure out, are there some tips that I can use? This is a homeschooling mindset, but like as we try to do virtual and still utilize the public school system. So I'm always learning and trying to figure out what works best for us.
And I think you made such a good point about like different socioeconomic classes. Like I think about myself, like growing up in New York City, both of my parents worked. If I had to go to virtual school, I don't even know what we would have done. So why do you think that, different lower, income or different socioeconomic classes are being affected differently by COVID? And is there anything we can do to help? What could we do as a community to help, to help do anything?
Yeah, so there are a lot of different vulnerable communities when it comes to COVID-19. We've been talking a lot, myself and some colleagues, who look at health disparities on race and ethnicity lines. Yeah. We've been talking a lot about that racial disparities and ethnic disparities in COVID-19. And around the country, we see that Black and brown populations are being affected by COVID-19 more so than other populations, or I should say disproportionately so. Right. And there are a number of reasons for that. We could talk about that for an hour or so. But
we'll have you back on to talk about that.
I know, you and I will get together, and I want to talk to you for hours.
Yes, just like invite me back. But from a medical standpoint, it's because there are two prongs. Most of the people in the Black and brown community are disproportionately affected by chronic disease and illnesses like hypertension, asthma, lung disease, all of these things we're disproportionately affected by. And we know that, and we've known that in the literature for many, many years. So that's from a medical standpoint. If they do get COVID-19, and I'll say we, because I consider myself in the number, if we do get COVID-19, we will have it more severely than someone else if we suffer from like chronic disease or chronic illness. You also have a higher percentage of Black and brown people going out and working in, like being an essential worker, right? And so, like, a lot of people talk about healthcare as essential workers, but everyone who's like in the grocery stores and really have at the even beginning of pandemic, when we truly were locked down, they were still going out and interacting with all of these people. But we know that behind sort of the lower socioeconomic status and the chronic illness and disease is systemic racism. And that's why this takes, this would take like over an hour or two or more. We could do a conference on it to unpack all of the ways in which our country has sort of been built on, these disparities and sort of profited from these disparities. So, yes, you have to bring me back.
I know. I could literally talk about
We're getting some comments before we move on from COVID, because I think you have a lot more things to talk about than COVID.
Yes. I have so many more questions.
John Ornelas is saying, where can I buy a Spanish version of the book, Dr. Webb?
Yeah, where can we get
Charlie Xavier
So there are multiple different places that you can get these. You cannot buy it. We are not selling. We have been pretty committed to not making a profit on this and for it to be free to people. But you can get the ebook online on my website, thegetwellcompany.com. My co-author also has a website, it's Good Stock Consulting, and then the illustrator's website is ashleycorinne.com. And the Spanish version is there, the English version. There are other COVID-19 resources as well. So the way this works, if you are part of like a nonprofit or organization, we basically use a local printer. So we're kind of infusing into a local business here. And you would just order the book from them at cost and then distribute them to the community, or you can have us distribute them to the community as well. So we're pretty committed to it being free. But just for you, if you send me a message, I will send you a copy.
You heard that.
You're the cutest.
A Spanish copy of the book.
So good. And we're going to post the link to all of the sites that you had mentioned on our Instagram, on our Facebook. So whoever's watching, you can find it there after the show. Okay, so now, we're off the doctor stuff because I think this is interesting.
Okay.
I think you are a strong, amazing, independent woman. You also have a very interesting, dedicated husband.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dr. Webb as well.
Dr. Webb.
Yes,
And he is running for Congress. We don't want to talk about him. Not that we don't love him, but we're here for you. If he wins, I'm not choosing sides, but I really, really like him. What would that change for you? Would you be able to stay in Charlottesville? Are you still going to continue to be a doctor? Like, does that change your life at all?
Yes, I think it changes our life. I think it changes our lives because he's like truly a partner and has been for the entire time. Most noticeably, like when we had children, like he would do Avery's hair and it would look better than when I did Avery's hair. And he is just so engaged as a partner. So yeah, we talked about what that would look like when he wins. I'll just say when, because I'm very supportive. But like when he wins, yeah, for sure it will change because he would be splitting his time between Washington, D.C. and here.
Right.
And I would definitely continue to work.
Yeah.
Good.
And we would. So I think the way it works is most Congress people, men and women, they maintain a home in their district. But like I said, we're here to stay. We moved back to Charlottesville.
Good. You can't leave.
We love it here, and so myself and the kids will be here. But we've been dealing with hectic schedules since we've been married,
right.
which has been a few years now. And so I don't think there's any point in our marriage that one or both of us weren't working 80 hours a week.
Wow. With the kids.
When people talk about sort of what it's like to have him working this much, because he's still working full time too as a physician, right. And I have sort of these hectic hours, night shift, day shifts in the emergency department. It seems not that out of the ordinary. The out of the ordinary is that we're all in a pandemic, we're living in a crisis, and that is just adds another layer of stress for everyone.
Right.
So I did have to adjust a bit because I lost my village, most of my village, I would say, including grandparents. We have 2 sets of healthy grandparents who spar for the kids on the weekends, and so yeah, that definitely changed. But I think we've adjusted. We have another family member who is helping us out, and she's absolutely just amazing. We owe her so much. My peace of mind I owe to her. Her name is Anna Lucia Phillips, and she's amazing. She's taking virtual classes at PVCC and also helping us out with the kids. And so
let's make her the badass chick of the week, Jamie.
That would be good.
I still have a village, and she's very much a big part of that right now because we've been doing our part in socially distancing. They haven't seen their grandparents in, giving a hug to their grandparents in literally months. We have a balcony, and so they'll say hi or be in the backyard 12 feet away, but it's been hard for sure.
Right? It is hard. Okay, so in closing, for all of these young ladies, including my daughter, who wants to run the ED at UVA, and go to medical school there, what would you say to young girls or young women thinking about becoming a doctor at all? The floor is yours. You just give us your message, amazing message.
I think it's just, it's an individual choice, obviously. I think you should weigh your options. It's a really long path to medicine. I will say that for sure. Look at all the different healthcare provider spaces, shadow doctors, talk to people about ups and downs. But, at the end of the day, you can do whatever it is that you want to do. You can be whatever it is that you want to be. I always say that I was never the smartest in the room. Cameron, he is always the smartest. That's why I married him, because he's very, very smart and I like nerds. But I was never the smartest person in the room, but I was always the hardest working. So as long as you find your passion and work hard towards something, I think you'll be successful in that. And if you choose to be a doctor, go into medicine, we would welcome you with open arms into the field of medicine for sure.
Well, you are amazing.
Leigh-Ann, you make me want to cry. I love you so much.
You are too kind.
You are such an amazing example to me, to women, I see her with her kids and with Avery, and you are just literally such a joy to know. I am all about, and when you become the First Lady of the United States,
you know what?
You have to promise us you'll come back on.
All the little people.
Don't do that, Jamie. Don't do that.
I'm just saying, when you're up there in Washington, You remember your old friend.
Oh my! Now
no pressure.
You can bring me back really to talk about some life changes.
Yeah. Well, you are amazing. Thank you. It was an honor to have you on, and we hope to have you on again sometime soon.
We love you so much. Keep doing what you're doing. We are following you, and we are in 100% support of you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Bye. Kiss those kids for me.
Bye.
She was amazing.
I told you. She is like...
I know. I loved her.
I love her so much. I wish I could have reached through the computer to hug her because she is such an amazing, amazing person. I just adore her. She has great day. And guys, you have to get a copy of her book. It's absolutely adorable.
It's the cutest.
It's free. We have a couple of copies at Pikasso, Swig. Andre and Charlie will get you one. But free downloads. We'll put a link to it on our site and stuff. But she's just great.
No, I love it. Okay, should we shift gears a little bit?
Shift gears. All right.
I mean, because that was like very informative.
I know.
I loved every second.
I hate hanging up with everyone.
We haven't had a chance to do Women in the News.
Okay, let's do Women in the News.
Okay. James Watson said Dr. Webb and Dr. Webb.
Yeah.
Great role models for my son and daughter as well.
Oh, yes.
They are great role models. Okay. So we haven't been able to do Women in the News.
All right. Let's talk some Women in the News.
I know, everything's been COVID, schools. Not that that's not important, but it's a little too much.
Okay.
So we found some funny things in the news. We mentioned it last time, but I want to talk about this.
Okay.
Jamie, tell us about the two friends who work together, kind of similar to you and I, except we aren't as popular. Maybe someday.
Someday, Kelly. Someday.
And they went to therapy to save their friendship. What is that?
So there's a podcast. It's called Call Your Girlfriend. So the story behind it was that these two girls were friends and they moved apart. And, maybe one was living in California and one is in New York.
Crazy.
So they're across the country and they're trying to figure out their relationship about how to keep their friendship alive.
This is bizarre.
They found that because they were living in different areas and their lives were going in different directions, that they wanted to be closer. How do you keep that friendship? So they started to go to therapy. And they got a therapist, and they worked through these ways to stay close.
I'm for therapy.
Do you think we should go?
No.
You don't think we need it yet?
We do need it. Clearly we need therapy. But I don't know. I don't know if that would work. I don't know. Listen.
What would be our main issue?
I don't think we have one. That we're not focused enough?
I don't know. Do you think we talk over each other? Maybe that would be our issue. The therapist would never get a word in. We'd just be talking the whole time, and she'd be like, the hour's up.
No. I mean, I think if anybody should go to therapy, it probably should be Jerry and poor Judah. Right. I think they've been working together longer.
I agree.
I think, they
probably
both
have
could
some
probably use it.
I know.
They're deep. They're in way deeper than we are in this friendship.
True. That's true. You're right. And I feel like they drink a lot less.
Probably. Well, I don't know. I know Jerry drinks a lot.
Maybe
Judah,
it's more tense.
How's your consumption?
It's more tense for them,
I know. Okay.
Therapy. So, check that out.
Here's the next. Oh. If we get to it, Jamie, if we have to, we'll go to therapy.
Because we have to call Erin. So one more, I know you wanted to talk about one more thing.
Okay, well, two more things. I love this so much. Judah, if you could put the picture on. So, in the South, not specifically just the South, but in the South, little girls wear these smock dresses. Right, so they're embroidered on the top. So these two ladies who own this company decided as a joke to do these smock dresses. And you see the picture on now. They have sold out. These smock dresses have sold out. Jamie and I tried to get one. Hold on, I'm trying to pull up the name of the company.
They were a little expensive, but we were going to do it anyway.
Because it's hysterical. You ladies, it's a Georgia business.
Yes. Smock dresses.
Yeah, it's called Songbird Children's Clothing. These two ladies did it as a joke. First of all, in the picture, the embroidery is of a margarita and a glass of wine and a Bloody Mary. Usually it's a duck, a tractor, a boat. If you ladies are watching, we will tag you. We love you so much. I think you are the funniest. We need the dresses, and we will wear matching ones on the show.
Them. Well, I have a surprise for you coming up in the next couple of weeks. I didn't get you a smock dress, but I have something even better.
I like it. But the smock dress ladies, you rock it. That was a brilliant and funny idea. I mean, I like it. So,
do you think we should call Erin?
Yeah, let's pull out some of this stuff.
Okay,
so we're
so
prepared.
Erin King from Feast is amazing. If you guys don't know Feast, they are on West Main Street. They are a gourmet, I would call it like a gourmet grocery. And they have all kinds of stuff. They have the best wine, they have the best cheeses, they make sandwiches, they make all kinds of stuff.
Look at all this stuff.
Erin sent us this amazing box. There she is! Hi, Erin! Oh, she's outside at Feast. Look at her. What's up, girlfriend?
Hey.
How are you?
Okay.
I'm super excited to
Can you
have
see
you
me?
on. Kelly's
I'm
unboxing
getting all of these things.
Kelly's unboxing all the goodies you sent us. So
Wonderful.
At this point of the show, Kelly and I usually do what we call product picks of the week. It's our favorite products from all over the country. So this week, Feast is doing a little, let's say, sponsorship of this segment.
Sure.
Yes, and
So we're going to snack together and we're going to talk.
Yeah, so first tell us a little bit about Feast, about you, and then Feast. I know Feast carries a ton of women-owned company products. So let's start there before we start tasting all these great things.
Okay.
Awesome. So Feast has been in business 17 years, same location. We're right down here. I guess it's Midtown, but right on West Main Street in the big purple building. We're kind of shifting gears this way. We were more of a cafe. We've since March have become more of a gourmet grocer. We're still open for lunch pickup and grocery delivery, lots and lots of gift boxes. So a lot of the items minus the ice cream, that I picked out for y'all to enjoy today are my favorites to send gift boxes. I've been at Feast for I just celebrated my 5th anniversary at Feast.
Wow.
So just starting year 6. It's been a while. Yeah, it's a great family-owned, woman-owned business. I had our purchasing manager pull up a list, and it was insane how many. I think we have 28 women-owned products.
Wow.
So most of our products are local or very, gourmet. We really vet our products really, really hard. So the ones that you have today are all local, but with the exception of the Tipsy
Okay,
Scoop.
first of all, I just opened that.
All local.
I'm going to save that for last.
Kelly is very excited.
I'm so excited to try this.
So Tipsy Scoop, you know that this is something we've talked about on our show before. They are going to be on our show in a couple of weeks. We're super excited to taste this. And you have the exclusive on it. So you exclusively sell this at Feast.
Well, yeah, we have Tipsy Scoop. They do have a couple retailers. You can buy directly from Tipsy Scoop.
Right.
So we reached out regarding they are not wholesaling it. So nobody can get it. You have to order the truly Tipsy Scoops directly from Tipsy Scoop.
Okay.
Gotcha.
But I'm still excited about this.
Truly put a licensing agreement down so they can't wholesale it, but everybody write Truly so we can get it. But we always try to keep at least 3 Tipsy Scoop flavors in stock. Right now, I think we have the, I'm waving the customers. We have the Rosé All Day. We have a mint chip with vodka and then a salted chocolate whiskey.
Ooh, salted chocolate whiskey. So
What is this?
Kelly has that.
Salted caramel chocolate whiskey. That was
You
my
had me at
favorite.
whiskey.
Well, and who doesn't love it that there's liquor
Yeah.
inside ice cream? It's
And Kelly's holding it up.
Yes.
Frosé All Day. This is the sorbet. In huge letters, contains alcohol. I love it.
I love it. Okay, so tell us about these. You sent us 2 of these. Here, Jamie. It's the
What you
granola.
got? Oh, Hudson Henry Granola. That's a Virginia-owned product. Those are little mini bags, but we carry the large bags as well.
Let's taste it.
It's just a really delicious granola. Perfect for breakfast, perfect for snacks and roast.
Okay, Hudson
Erin,
Henry,
maybe
if you guys
you'll
are
help me get
watching,
on
we're going to taste your granola.
On a health kick.
Is granola really healthy?
Ooh.
I think that I feel like
It's good,
granola's
isn't
a
it?
a myth.
And it's made with olive oil. I love this.
That's amazing and delicious.
I love it.
Hudson
Love,
Henry,
love, love.
yep.
Okay,
Hudson Henry.
let's tag them.
Okay, we'll tag them. What else you got over there,
Shout
Kelly?
out to you guys. That is amazing.
Yeah,
It's really
delicious.
Okay, so then we have, what is this? Simply Cheddar.
Oh my gosh, that's it.
it looks
Open
good.
it right now and try
Okay,
it.
What is
That's
that?
it.
Is that cheese?
That's
I'm
it.
a cheese person.
Yes.
You can have all the chocolate. I will eat the cheese.
Oh, cheese. Oh, look, and Erin
So
gave
tell
us
us
these
about
pencils.
this company. What is this company?
And there's some crostini for you can spread it on.
Okay.
The cheddar ball is from a woman in Waynesboro, Linda Weaver, and I don't think we're exclusive to them, but I've had a hard time finding the cheddar ball anywhere but at Feast. And I mean, it is every holiday gift box I send has a cheddar ball in it. You better believe it. It is the best thing. Whenever I have a friend in a bad mood, if I'm in a bad mood, I eat it.
You are probably the best friend to have. You're like, Erin, bring wine and cheese. Come over right now.
Yeah. Here,
I've got to get you on speed dial. I know. Ooh, Kelly is ooh, she made me a
Is she
thing.
cutting into it?
Yeah. And I'll send it home with you.
Ooh, she's going to send it home with me.
Yes, I'm trying to be keto.
Oh, she's trying to be keto. I am not trying to be keto. Ooh, okay.
I'm gonna taste this.
Let's see this.
Listen, I like every cheese. I don't know if you watch the show. Jamie made me taste. I thought it was going to be goat cheese. Thank goodness it wasn't. It was like goat fudge. I will never say no to a cheese.
Delicious. What is on the outside of it?
Nuts.
That's it, isn't it? It's like like nuts and
Oh my god.
walnuts.
I know what Jamie's going to have for lunch.
Chili pepper flakes.
The rest of this cheese ball.
I want the whole cheese ball.
Yep.
I want to buy this in bulk. I am going to carry a cheese ball with me wherever I go.
In your purse.
In my
You'll
purse.
be like Mary Poppins of cheese balls.
Cheese ball all
That's
the time.
ridiculous, Jamie.
All the time. This is like, I love this as much as I love Fabio's garlic nuts.
A pro tip is
Do they?
Okay, awesome.
they freeze really well too, so you can always keep one in the freezer.
Okay, I think Jamie's going to like this one.
Ooh, what's the next one?
I'm going to like it
What's
too.
the next?
The dark chocolate and toffee.
Ooh, dark chocolate and toffee. And that's a beautiful bag.
That is
you
a
know what my
beautiful
favorite
bag.
thing? So you know I'm a huge fan of Feast. I love Feast. Your sandwiches are on point.
Oh, the best.
Delicious. You guys carry such unique items. Like such unique items that you can find anywhere else. And if anyone has ever ordered a gift basket from Feast, they are not only delicious and amazing, but beautiful.
And a beautiful hostess gift. Like if
I
someone's
make them
inviting me
myself.
over for like a party.
You make those back? Really?
I
They're
make them.
gorgeous.
Thank you. We work really hard on them.
They're really, really beautiful. And I feel like everyone knows when they get that Feast box, like they see that color and they see that wrapping and you're like, ooh, goodness is inside.
Oh, so listen to this. So my sister-in-law, Joy Jackson, who lives in Texas, just said, Kelly, you should send that to family members for Christmas, especially my family.
The cheese ball.
We'll be sure to eat all the chocolate.
We are the best place for gifts for the people that already have everything. You don't know what to send. I mean, send them a food gift box because you can just plop it out on the table and dive in.
And so are you guys doing also an online grocery? Kind of like
So
where you can order?
Pretty much what we are right now because we're not letting customers into the market. So we've put everything that we have online on the grocery store. So people can order online. We're here Monday through Friday for pickup. 10 to about 2:30 is when we kind of head out for the day. But we will also deliver locally in the area every afternoon.
Ooh, how far do you go for delivery?
Yeah.
We are mainly the Charlottesville area, so kind of Ivy. We'll head out to Crozet. We've got staff kind of everywhere, so we'll kind of divide the gifts up. Pro tip is another one is that if you live at Lake Monticello, the owners live at the Lake Monticello, so we do free delivery to the lake every day.
Oh my gosh, you're getting so much props.
Yeah,
Everyone
so many people are
online right
watching
now
you.
loves Feast.
Yes.
Barbara Lundgren said, nothing makes me happier than the unique foods from Feast. Charlie's saying we love their white bean salad. It's so delicious.
White bean salad is delicious.
Maureen is saying,
Yes.
Maureen thinks we're hysterical.
And you know what I love about Feast is like you sit in the little corridor and it's like you sit inside the market. It has such a great vibe. I love it. And you do have good bread.
Okay, watch. Okay. Let's see my reaction. I'm
the ice cream. She's doing the ice cream.
Okay, I'm so
This is
excited.
it. This is for all the
I am
money.
so
the money
excited.
shot.
I've been talking about this. I'm so excited. Okay, let me see. Let me see how good it really is. Am I going to be excited or disappointed?
No,
I feel like
you're
my
going to be.
expectations are so
Just
high.
go for it.
Oh. It's definitely a win.
Yes!
That's delicious. Boozy lunch now.
I need a spoon. Pass that over. Kelly likes it.
I like it. And I'm picky.
I packed 2 spoons.
So, she's
I gave
packed
you
2
your own
spoons.
spoon.
So Erin, how do you guys choose the different products that you sell at Feast?
Yeah.
Like, how do you decide, like, ooh, this is going to be the next thing?
we're always looking for products. We have a lot of people send their products to us. We do a lot of kind of like backroom sampling and tasting. We vet the products pretty hard. A lot of it is that we see the product somewhere and then we say, look at this amazing thing, and we'll go chase them down and try to bring them in. So a lot of the stuff I've gotten is from like the owner's travels and stuff that they've tried it and said, oh my gosh, this is amazing.
So do you have a job opening for taster? Like, do you need me in your back room to eat cheese? Because I'll be there.
That job is filled. We have so many volunteers to eat the cheese.
I know. I went to college. I thought I'd get this job. There were all these. I wanted to be a shoe designer. I want to eat cheese. No one will.
Well, I will tell you this: if we taste anything from a women like business ever on the show, and we like really dig it, we'll let you know so we can be tasters in that way.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Anything to taste cheese.
Right.
I love it.
Okay. Favorite product? You have to pick one.
Ooh, out of all the ones that Erin sent?
Yeah.
You know what? I do love the cheese. I think the granola is really good.
You haven't tasted
really good.
You haven't tasted the other thing.
I haven't tasted the ice cream. I'm going to do that now. Okay, but I love this.
Okay,
granola.
we have one to taste. I do say the cheese ball is at the top of my list right now because I don't think I could eat the ice cream all day or the sorbet, but I definitely could like throw down that cheese ball. Okay.
Right.
What is this Hot Lips?
Ooh.
So that is by the same company as the other little chocolate, and that is good. Hunt Country Foods, and that it's women owned. It's actually our owner's mother, Maggie, and she makes those chocolates. They're amazing. So
they look so cute.
Perfect. Aren't they so cute? They're great for Valentine's Day, or we just like throw them in gift boxes because you can't. It's like our way of sending kisses and hugs now. Right. Throw this little chocolates in there.
That is delicious.
Okay, guys, this ice cream.
And Hunt Country is they also.
This ice cream is delicious. Like, delicious. It is such a good mix of, like, delicious peaches and, like, a cocktail in one.
How cute is that if you have your girlfriends over and it's going to, like, so hot? Instead of, like, you can just put that in a wine glass, and when you're sitting outside, it melts, so it's kind of like a frozen drink, right?
Oh, my God. And so we're going to have the people from Tipsy Scoop on.
I'm so excited to talk to them.
I'm surprised you.
Oh, great. My dad's watching.
You guys have to go to Feast and get this. Like, I'm telling you, like, and I know ice cream.
Because my dad's watching. He says, Kelly, be careful when driving home. You could get a DUIIC, driving under the influence of ice cream. He is such a great dad joke, Dad. Great dad joke. I love that one.
That was such a good dad joke.
I mean, listen, if I eat too much of the ice cream, I will call you. As you've always said, if I ever was at a location and drinking, you would have no questions asked and pick me up safely.
I love that, driving under the influence.
So how far in advance do people have to, like, order these baskets? Because I'm already thinking of people, like, that I want to send these baskets to this week, especially, like, some of my kids' school teachers who are, like, trying to teach virtually or coming back. Like, that might be a great, like, nice thing to send.
Usually day of, we get the gift boxes out. I mean, that's pretty much what I'll be doing the rest of the day is just wrapping up gift boxes. We didn't ship last week because it was too hot to ship cheese. So a lot of people said, no, we want to ship the cheese, so hold off. So we have a busy week of shipping ahead, but we are really fast at getting the gift boxes out. So people order it. We have people order and they say, we're going to pick up in an hour and we'll get it together.
Hey, everybody watching, guess what's Thursday?
Ooh, what's Thursday?
It's a very special day.
What's Thursday?
It's my birthday on Thursday. So any of you people watching that want to send me a gift basket from Feast, I will happily accept it. And I will give Feast my address. If anyone calls to say I'm going to send Kelly Jackson a birthday basket from Feast, message me and I will send you my address.
Does cheese have a shelf life? Like, how long can cheese stay on a shelf? And the reason why I ask, because if it's about to go bad, do you need people to come in and just eat it all?
Jamie. She's really trying.
Enjoy. On Fridays, they let us all the cheese that won't make it, for the weekend that should have sold. We get to all the staff gets to take it home. So that is one of
it.
I know.
You're going to have a new best friend. She's going to be messaging you starting Thursday night all day until Friday. I'm just giving you a warning.
Erin,
but I love all the products. Thank you for sharing all these delicious treats with us.
Erin, we love you. Tell us your website. What is the Feast website and where can people start shopping?
feastvirginia.com and just click the grocery button and groceries, gifts, or lunch. Make it pretty simple. It's 3 things. So groceries, gifts or lunch.
Oh, Jamie, let's order lunch right after the show and we can pick it up on our walk back to our car.
Ooh, I love that idea.
Okay, we might see you in a few.
Highly recommend.
For a pickup.
Check out Feast. Erin, you are awesome. Thank you so much. We love you.
We love you. We love Feast.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Cheese, wishes, and baguette dreams.
Baguette.
Yes.
Again?
Baguette.
Baguette. I say baguette.
We're not doing this again.
Okay.
We are not having that debate again. Okay, so the products were delish.
Oh, so good.
Here, put
this
the lid
ice
back
cream
on.
is
You can
so.
take that home. And you can take home a lot of these other things because it has nuts in it, and my kids can't have nuts. It was good. I liked it a lot. I know. She was fun. Okay, so now, hey, we not only were we ready to start the show early, so we've been on time all day, we are also left enough time for Jamie's comedy corner at the end of the show, which I'm very excited about because we haven't really been able to get to this either.
Do we have a jingle for Jamie's comedy corner? Judah, do we have a jingle?
Jamie's
make up a
jingle.
Comedy corner coming at you live and now. We need a jingle. If you want to write me a jingle, anyone out there? Jamie. Okay.
Do it.
So
Why not?
here's some funny stuff. Okay, I have funny marriage tweets of the week.
Funny marriage tweets. Okay.
A lot of people out there married. Lots of funny stuff.
Did Jerry's wife write anything?
Yeah, this is the first one. Mrs. Miller.
No.
No, I'm just kidding. She didn't say that. Okay, so this is from 6 Foot Candy. Marriage year 1. Your sneezes are so cute. Marriage year 10. For the love of God, I hope your head explodes. 6 Foot Candy.
That's true.
You got to cover. Hope your husband's wearing a mask. You got to put that mask on.
That was funny.
L.M.E. Gordon says, I sent my husband nude pictures, and he asked me which mole I was worried about.
No, I love that so much.
That's how you know you've been in for a long
Long
time.
haul.
He's worried about her moles. Someone's got to be worried.
Someone's
sometimes you got to check out those moles. Dermatologist. Exploding unicorn.
Ooh.
Wife says, that's a new shirt. Husband, yes, it was on sale. The wife said, was it free? Husband said, no. And she said, well, you paid too much. You paid too much for that ugly shirt.
I could see my mom and dad having that exact conversation.
You paid too much for that ugly shirt. Grant Tanaka said, overheard my wife telling her high school friends that we've been married for 18 years. And when they asked, what's your secret? My wife said, low standards. Low standards. Sometimes you gotta keep standards low.
I mean, yes.
I mean, sometimes you gotta find a person that you really match with when you get married. The yin to your yang.
I mean, I've been married for almost 16 years.
See? And sometimes you gotta let the little things go. If all the socks don't get into the hamper, sometimes it's okay.
If you're my husband, you gotta let a lot of things go. I mean, the state of my house. Yeah. If anyone wants to send an organizer, a laundry doer, a dishwasher for my birthday, I am also accepting those. Okay. And Jamie, you never came over to clean my house with Branch Basics,
that's because
so you might be that person.
I'm out of my Branch Basics. Branch Basics, if you're watching, I need more concentrate.
Again with the Branch Basics.
I need more concentrate Branch Basics.
Okay, keep going. Right. What else do we have?
The Boyd P. My wife leaving for...
The Boyd P?
The Boyd P.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's his Instagram handle. My wife leaving for Pilates every Thursday morning for 2 years. I'm leaving. Me. Where are you going? What? Get it? His wife leaves every Thursday, 2 years for Pilates, says bye, and every day he goes, where are you going?
I know.
It's like, I go to Pilates every week.
Day.
It's the same time. Never changes.
Yeah. No, I'll leave the driveway, and my husband will text me and be like, where are you going? I was like, the only place that I ever go, it's during the pandemic. I literally have not left my house except to come here.
Right.
The only place I would even venture to go is do curbside pickup of groceries. Where do you think I'm going? Like, I'm going to the airport.
Where would you be going? You're not going anywhere.
Where am I going?
Yeah. Or if God, maybe you just drove around for a minute. Maybe you needed a minute.
Oh, my dad's saying you now need a designated driver to drive you home.
Oh, great. Our dads are watching. The dads are just talking about how Kelly and I need a driver.
Next week, maybe.
Yeah, we might need a driver.
Show. Next week, we might.
We might need a driver. So this is the last one. Supermarket USA says, my wife told me that I had to revive the spark in our marriage, and I should start treating her like I did when we first started dating. That's sweet.
That is sweet.
So last night, I took her to a movie, and I dropped her off at her parents' house.
Could you imagine if that really happened?
That's fun!
I think that's funny.
Jamie's Comedy Corner coming at you live right now.
Oh God, please someone make her a different jingle. Judah, like cue up some music next time.
I do sing a lot.
Something jingly that she can't sing to.
You know, when I
anything
sing,
but that.
Does anyone have this thing? When I sing sometimes, I think that I really sound like Mariah Carey. Maybe not Mariah, maybe it's a little too far, but maybe like a Kelly Clarkson, like a mix of I think I sound so good. So I actually sing a lot. And
you do need therapy now.
I do sing a lot.
Very
and
clear.
You know what I have found? My dogs love my singing.
They howl. Because they hate it, not because they are singing with you,
Is that
Jamie.
why they howl?
Yes.
No, I thought that meant they loved it.
No. Okay, so when my oldest was in 4th grade, they had to play the recorder.
Yes.
Okay, any parents
The
out
nemesis of parents.
Yeah, any parents out there realize how awful the recorder is. Okay, I have 3 dogs at home. So they would send the recorder home, and Lena was supposed to practice the recorder and tape herself and send it to the music teacher. We did one video. The dogs were howling. Rory was little. She was crying. I am screaming. I finally had to email the school or the music teacher and say, "Thank you so much for the opportunity for Lena to learn recorder. If you want her to do anything outside of this school, you're gonna have to keep her after school. She is banned now from our house." The music teacher was like, "Is this a joke?" I was like, "It absolutely is not a joke. She is not allowed to bring the recorder home."
I thought that howling meant they let it. I sing to Bronx. I hold him like a baby, and I sing, "Have I told you lately?"
You sing that to your husband and
that
send me videos of it.
I do. I told you I sing all the time. I sing to Ryan all the time. I sing to the dogs.
Oh,
Have I told you? Wait till your birthday show and I sing to you. I dedicate this song to you, Kelly Jackson.
No,
Have
please
I
don't.
told
As a birthday gift.
you lately?
Don't sing it, Mike.
I'm preparing for it.
Jerry, I hope you bought me earplugs for my birthday.
I'm telling you, doesn't it sound like a mix? Let me listen again.
No,
a little bit of
no
Kelly.
one wants to hear. Okay, tell me about next week.
Okay.
No, really don't, because I want everything to be a surprise.
Okay. No.
Should I wear a ball gown?
Yeah.
Or should I wear pajamas? What theme are we going for? Because I can do both. I can rock both.
Is Kelly's official birthday episode, so we have a bunch of surprises that I'm working on. I don't want to tell her everything, but we have a really special guest. We're gonna make some fun cocktails on air.
We might play some fun games.
We're gonna play some fun games. I have an unboxing segment for you to do. We have lots of stuff.
Is it fun, or are you gonna scare me?
No, it's fun.
Okay.
I was thinking of scaring you. But no, I'm not.
Okay.
No,
because eventually it's going to be your birthday, and I'm going to have to put on your birthday show.
It comes right back around. You're right. That's a good lesson.
When is
for
your
everyone.
birthday?
March 7th.
Oh.
March 7th.
We got a ways.
I know.
Keep watching and liking and sharing the show so we can get to Jamie's birthday show.
That's right, Jamie's birthday show. But no, I think you should go ball gown. Whenever you can go ball gown, go ball gown.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
We'll see.
I might wear a big tutu with a t-shirt. I might do both.
What if you change halfway through? We're that dramatic.
Hey, any of my friends in town, you can hold up signs to the I Love CVille Network window, like the Today Show.
That would be
that's
amazing.
asking a lot. I'd rather have the gift box from Feast.
That would be amazing. You'd rather have the cheese ball?
Yes.
The signs outside. I love it.
Well, I'm excited for next week. Oh, and guys, Jamie and I are going to do another live video sometime this week when we're planning our show, so tune in for that. It's always interesting. We're always drinking wine, cracking jokes, being ridiculous. So if you get bored, join us.
Yeah.
We'll talk to you.
Today was
because we have nothing else to do.
We're
at home.
We're not going. Today was such a good show.
It was great.
Amazing.
Thank you, Dr. Webb.
Thank you, Dr. Webb.
Thank you, Feast.
I love you, Erin. I love you. I will see you later for cheese balls. Just saying. I know.
Well, I hope you have a great week, Jamie.
I hope you do too. And check out our website.
Yes, like us on Instagram.
Like us. Do the thing. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Have an awesome week, guys.
Yeah. Visit Feast. Check them out.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
All right,
guys. See you next week.
See you next time. It's Jamie's Comedy Hour. Just let me sing one more song to you.
No more.
Kelly.
No.
Have I told you lately?
Oh, my friend Jen. I love you, Jen. She said,
love you.
when do we need to start ordering baskets from Feast? Now, Jen, my birthday is Thursday. Mom, I know you're watching. I'm definitely expecting a very expensive large basket from you. I know.
All right, Judah.
Funny. Thank you,
Thanks,
Judah,
buddy.
for your work